If you're there, can you send me one more request, brother? If you did send it, I didn't get it. So could you send me one more, Mo, if you're there still? Um, I've got, oh, that's why. I got 54 requests. I've got 54 requests to join. Mo, what's up, bro?
Hey, what's going on?
Yo, so, typically it'll send just like a single request.
Yeah.
It'll say your name like, hey, Mo wants to join you in this live. But it had them all grouped together. There were 55 at one time. So it said 55 people would like to join and sent a request to join your live. And so I was missing it. But what's up, brother? How are you?
Nothing much, man. Just in quarantine. I'm at work in New York City. Just waiting for this to be over.
Man, you look like you got a nice view out that window. Is that your office?
Yeah, this Central Park there. This is our 35th floor.
Are you at work or you at the crib?
No, I'm at work.
Very nice.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome stuff, man. How's the
Can't
family?
work at home.
How's
All
the
is
family?
well. All is well. Homeschooling.
Good, yeah. It's
Just,
intense, right?
just,
I
just
was
want
like,
this to be over.
it's all fun and games having a bunch of kids until you get stuck in the house with them for for 2.5 months. No, life's been good, man. It's been really interesting. I feel that same kind of plight, right? It's really difficult to stay productive with the kids
Yes.
at home because you are constantly trying to entertain them, to educate them, to keep them busy, keep them active, and it's
Yeah.
really hard to find time for yourself. So like in this era, you know, I've had a lot of questions with my buddies that have kids. I'm like, well, man, usually when I'm home, I dedicate all my focus and all my time and energy to being with the kids and making sure that they're happy and that we're playing together and that I'm deliberate with my time. But now you get into a place where you're like, like dad needs a minute. Like dad needs time. Like
Yeah.
I need to just sit, or I need to answer emails, or I need to make a phone call. Like you guys have to find a way to entertain yourselves for a moment. Dad needs a minute.
No, I know. I trust me. I get it. I get it. I mean, I just miss working out. I mean, I have a Peloton like you do, and I do
It's
a
just
lot of those
different
shit.
though, right?
It
It's
is,
different.
yeah.
It's like for me, it's when you're not in the gym. Number one, it's not the right atmosphere, and
Correct.
so like it's different to get a workout in at home as opposed to going somewhere and being amongst other people that are working out.
And my intensity, it's just,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think I'm at 10% right now.
It's it's different, man. Life is
Yeah, and I
different.
and I got the COVID 15.
The 15. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, man. I've been trying to stay dialed in. Yesterday was Lauren's birthday, and so we had a
Yep.
bunch of birthday cake, and
Happy
but it was
birthday,
good.
Lauren.
Yeah, it was good. Thank you for contributing as well,
Oh,
bro.
anytime, man. I
We
love you
kept
guys.
compiling. We got 85 videos.
Wow.
85 videos, and the entire movie was like 38 minutes long. It was awesome.
That's
It was
awesome. God
yeah,
bless her. God bless her.
it was super cool, man.
So
But yeah,
JB, I know you got time crunch, right? So a lot of people send me questions. So what I'll do is I'll say the question to you in English and I'll translate it in Farsi, and then you just come back and give me an answer.
yeah.
So let me just explain to everyone. واسه تمام هموطنان عزیز گفتم که من سوالا رو به انگلیسی اول میپرسم و بعد به فارسی هم سوالا رو میگم. وقت منتظر جواب جردن هستیم و وقت جواب واسهتون سعی میکنم ترجمه کنم. امیدوارم که راضی باشید. And Jordan, you have about 20 more minutes left? 20 minutes left?
Yeah, yeah, I got some time.
Okay, so we got about 20 دقیقه وقت داریم. So Jordan, first thing, how's training going during quarantine? در قرنطینه چجوری ورزش میکنی؟ تمرین
Yeah,
میکنی؟
training is very, very low key for me. I realized one of the aspects of training, I like wrestling way more than I like to just exercise. And so I enjoy staying active, I enjoy staying in shape, but I really love to wrestle. And it's completely different for me. So to ride the bike every day is not as fulfilling or as purposeful as it would be for me to go to the wrestling room to learn technique, to spar, to drill, to live wrestle. All those things for me are what I truly enjoy. So it's been okay. It's been a little bit of a struggle, to be absolutely honest, to get up daily and stay active, um, especially not knowing when this thing will end. But the beauty is the Olympics are an entire year away. So we're, 10, 11 months out from the Olympic trials. So I'll have plenty of time once the wrestling room does open back up to get back to where I need to be to feel good and compete at a high level. But yeah, it's been pretty chill. I've been spending a lot of time with the fam and focused on when this thing will end.
Okay, so let me just در قرنطینه میگه ورزش کردن خیلی سخته چون که عادت داره همیشه کشتی بگیره، ترجیح میده کشتی بگیره. میگه سخته بعضی روزا که بیدار شم، بلند شم، به خودم انگیزه بدم که بتونم تمرینامو انجام بدم، اما بیشتر وقتاشو با همین دوچرخه سواریش انجام میده، بیشتر با خانواده داره وقت میذاره و منتظر این که زودتر این موضوع کرونا تموم بشه و برگرده رو دوشک کشتی بتونه دوباره تمریناشو شروع کنه به سختی. That brings us to the next point.
Yep.
So Olympics, everyone's talking about Jordan and the Olympics, you know, with Olympics being postponed a year and people saying that you may be getting a year older and your competition, you know, the past 2 years you've had some tough competitions and you've overcome a lot of those and beat them. How do you see your run for the second gold? And let me just translate this. با اینکه المپیک یک سال عقب افتاده و سنت هم داره بالاتر میره و حریفات هم داره سخت‌تر و قوی‌تر میشن، چجوری می‌بینی این مسیر واسه تلاش مدال طلای دوم تو در المپیک؟
I'm confident in my abilities. I'm ready to wrestle at any point. I feel good. I feel strong. I feel fit. It's going to be difficult, but it always has been. It's never been easy for me. I've never had an easy route, and I've never had it handed to me. I've always had to work extremely hard and stay focused and disciplined with my training and my mental endurance throughout the process from 2011 throughout the remainder of my career. So yeah, I think I'm focused on being at my best. I'm not really thinking about my opponents or what they're doing, how they're training, what competitions they're going to. I know if I bring my best wrestling, I'm confident that my best is better than their best. And so, yeah, I feel good about where I'm at, and I don't feel a year older. Many people tell me, okay, well, you've lost a step, you're slower, you're not as quick, not as active. But for me, in my position, I feel as good, if not better, than I used to be as a wrestler. And so I'm ready to go. I'm excited.
کلا میگه به خودم ایمان دارم هنوز. شاید خیلی‌ها بگن سنم رفته بالا یا کنتر شدم، اما میگه من زیاد اهمیت به حریفام نمیدم. خودم تمرینمو داره میکنم، خودم میدونم استعدادم چیه و میتونم به چه چیزایی به دست بیارم و همینجوری که گفتم واسه من مسئله نیستش سنم یا هر چیزی. من سعی میکنم که همون بهترینم رو دوشک انجام بدم، با رقیبام قشنگ قوی مسابقه بدم و همینجوری پیروز میشم. میگه این چندین سالم هیچ چیز آسون واسم نبوده، همیشه باید تلاش میکردم، به سختی خودمو به اینجا رسوندم. Good stuff. Now everyone's asking Jordan, Kyle Dake, they want to know, what do you think? Your opponent, right? The trials. First of all, when is the trials?
The trials are, I believe they're the same time. So if they are in the same area of time that they were this year, they'll be early April 4th, 5th, 5th, 6th, something like that next year, 2021.
And how do you see him as your opponent? I mean,
He's
I know
tough.
you guys went live on Flow a couple weeks
sure.
ago.
He's tough. He's always going to bring his best. He's an extremely confident individual. He's got great skills. He's a great athlete. He's a good wrestler. I'm going to have to work really hard and bring it all together to beat him. Yeah, so I'll be ready. That's it. I'll be ready.
از حریفش پرسیدم. حریفش واسه انتخابات تیم ملی اینجا کایل دیک گفتش که حریف خیلی سرسختیه، خیلی کشتیگیر خیلی خوبیه و منم دوباره باید تلاشمو بکنم و خیلی خوب و کشتیمو تلاش و سنگین و خیلی میگم زرنگ باشم تو کشتی. همونجوری که میدونید کایل دیک کشتیگیر خیلی خوبیه و خیلی قوی هم هستش. اما جردن گفتش که همین، گفت اون ایمان به خودش داره، منم ایمان به خودم دارم. Another thing they want to know, what are you going to do after the Olympics? MMA, coaching?
That's a good question.
That was the most question I got. That was it.
I know it. There have been a lot of people asking me about that. What's next for me? And I was going to take time after this Olympic Games in Tokyo this summer to really reevaluate where I wanted to go next, what I wanted to do, whether it was time for me to step away. Did I want to continue and go another cycle? Did I want to move on into a different season of my life? I think it's TBD at this point. Lauren and I have really been stopping for a moment to really think about it, though, over the last couple of months, just because we've had so much time on our hands. So before this entire thing started, we were like, okay, stay focused. You need to make the Olympic team, go out and win another Olympic gold medal. Then afterwards, we can start to think about it. But in quarantine, we've really been thinking quite a bit about my future and what it looks like and where that will be. And so, yeah, it's been a lot of change in the wrestling community over the last couple of weeks that I've seen. And it's been something I've considered and thought about for quite some time. I honestly am not completely sure at this point. And when I do know, I'll let all you guys know.
ازش پرسیدم که حالا بعد از المپیک تصمیمش چیه، بره UFC MMA مربیگری. گفت هنوز نمیدونم، گفت هنوز تصمیمی نگرفتم.
I won't fight though, that's for sure. It definitely won't be in the UFC.
میگه اصلا UFC نیستش تو برنامه‌اش، اما گفتش که فعلا داره همین تمرینم و فوکوسم رو المپیک داره میکنم و بعدش حالا تصمیم میگیرم. اما این قرنطینه بهش یه وقتی زمانی بوده واسش که بشینه با خانومش فکر کنه تصمیمای بعدیاشو بگیره، اما هنوز نمیدونه. گفت به شما خبرشو میدم. Now Jordan, they want to know who's your favorite Iranian wrestler. کشتیگیر مورد علاقه ایرانی.
That's a good question. There's so many great wrestlers, man. There's so many great Iranian wrestlers. When I first got onto the scene in 2011, I remember Tagavi was the world champ at 66 kilos.
Tagavi?
Yeah, I was a huge fan of his. But there's been so many, right? To Reza Yazdani, to Hassan Yazdani, to Ismailpour and Ishanpour, and just all of these incredible wrestlers that they have. What's the young kid now at 97 kilos? That's a beast. He won the Frank Pelican or Matteo Pelican in Italy. I forgot what his name. But I was a really big fan. I think it was Ismailpour. He was a 61 kilo.
Ismailpour, that went with Metcalf, right?
Yeah, he was so friendly. He was always extremely nice to me. Every time we would see him, the 2 years that we had the World Cup out in LA, he was just a great guy to be around. And there was always a language barrier. I've never had a conversation with an Iranian wrestler, but they've always been extremely gracious. And then obviously, Sadiq Gadarzi, who kind of was the guy.
Gadarzi.
Yeah, he was my guy, right? He was the guy that kind of helped me. We battled and I became who I am because of him and through the journeys and the battles that we had together. So really unique history that I have with Iran. And I love wrestling Iran. I always know what they're going to bring to the table. I've wrestled so many of them. I've wrestled Akbari. I've wrestled Payman. I wrestled Payman. I wrestled Hossein Khani.
Hossein Khani, yep.
18 Worlds. I wrestled Reza Afzali, or I believe Afzali. I've wrestled really so many Iranian guys. It's been really cool, and I always appreciate those guys. They're always in great shape. They always hold good position. They're extremely tough. They're gonna wrestle hard. So I know it's never gonna be an easy matchup. And then who did I wrestle in 2015 Worlds? There was a guy that was really tough that I wrestled. Golly, what was his name?
In 2015?
2015, Mo.
Eric Iran. Who did he wrestle in 2015? 2015. Well, wait, 74?
It was at 74. It was in the quarterfinals of the World Championships in Vegas.
In Vegas.
It was another guy who was really good. I can't remember his name. I'm going to look it up right now. I got my other phone in my hand.
2015. I'm trying to see who it was.
2015. It was another guy who
Qasemi?
Who was it?
Somebody wrote Qasemi or Yar Ahmadi. No, I don't think it was Yar Ahmadi.
Oh, Ghasemi. Yeah, that's who it was. Ghasemi, yeah. Alireza Ghasemi. So, like, all these guys, like, I've wrestled so many quality wrestlers from Iran. And these guys have all been really fun to wrestle. And so, yeah, I'm always looking forward. I wonder who they'll send to the Olympics at 74.
At 74?
I want to wrestle Hassan, though. That's the one guy.
Hassan Yazdani.
I never got a chance to wrestle. I would love to One of these days, I'm just gonna eat a whole bunch and lift a whole bunch and go up and wrestle him at 86.
So let me just give these guys some love. So ازش پرسیدم که کدوم کشتیگیر ایرانی مورد علاقته. گفت اول که من شروع کردم کشتی اومدم تو میدان جهانی کشتی تقوی بود، تقوی نابغه بود که خیلی دوستش داشتم. اون وقت گفت یزدانی ها، رضا و حسن هم خیلی دوست دارم. وقت میگفت اسماعیل پور چقدر مهربونه، همیشه میگفت اسماعیل پور رو که میدیدم همیشه چون که نمی‌تونیم با هم دیگه حرف بزنیم خیلی با مهربونی بود. اما گفت صادق گودرزی هم مثلا یه جای به خصوصی داره، چون که الان من کسی که هستم به اینجا رسیدم اون جنگایی بود که با صادق گودرزی داشتم. اما گفت کلا همه کشتیگیرایی که از ایران میان همشون خیلی خوب کشتیگیر هستن، با تمام توانشون میان با من مبارزه کنن. کسایی مثل حسین خانی، افضلی، اکبری، پیمانم که تو همون میدان تایمز کشتی گرفت. اما گفت خیلی دوست داره با حسن یه روز کشتی بگیره. گفت حالا سعی می‌کنم زیاد غذا بخورم وزنم بره بالا که با حسن بتونم کشتی بگیرم. And Yazdani, right? Everyone wants that.
I know everyone wants this. Lauren wants it. Lauren's like, wrestle Yazdani. Every year in Beat the Streets, he's like, why are you wrestling all these other guys? Just wrestle Yazdani. I'm like, Yazdani is an 86 kilo. He is 30 pounds heavier than I am. And she's like, it doesn't matter. Just wrestle him.
میگه همه میخوان من با یزدانی کشتی بگیرم، با اینکه وزنش بالاست. خانمم میگه باهاشم کشتی بگیرم. حالا من سعی میکنم غذا بیشتر بخورم که وزنم بره بالاتر.
I have a picture, Mo, of me and Hassan in 2014 when the Worlds were in Tashkent, Uzbekistan, and he was a little guy. He was like 65, 70 kilo at the time, and he was young, baby face. He was a young cat hanging around with the Iranian team, and then obviously he's gone on to become a legend in the sport. But it's pretty crazy to see his growth. There are two people that I've watched emerge and burst onto the scene and become greats. I remember meeting Sajalayev for the first time. I was in Istanbul, Turkey, and I was in the mall, and this Russian guy comes up to me. He's like, hey, you see this guy right here? This guy's name is Abdul Rashid Sajalayev. He's going to be the next Jordan Burroughs. And obviously he hasn't been wrong at all. And then Hassan, and watching him win the Junior Worlds that year, and then go on, and he took he took second in 2015, and then he's been rolling. He's been rolling since. So it's been pretty cool.
میگه دو نفر کشتیگیر بودن که خیلی قوی اومدن بالا، خیلی با هنرمند بودن و استعداد داشتن که خیلی زود اومدن به بالا، به مقامات قهرمانی رسیدن. یکیشون سدولایف بود که جوان بود، من دیدمش. یکم یزدانی، حسن یزدانی بود که به اینجا خوش رسیده و این همه استعداد داشتن به بهترینای کشتی بشن. اما هنوز میگه دوست دارم با حسن کشتی بگیرم. میگه خانمم بهم میگه با حسن کشتی بگیرم. So Jordan, the Iranians want to know who was your toughest Iranian opponent. سخت‌ترین کشتیگیر ایرانی حریفت کی بوده؟
Toughest Iranian opponent. I'd have to say Godarzi. Godarzi was...
Godarzi?
I couldn't score frequently, right? Like most guys, I could just shoot him out, get a bunch of takedowns. I couldn't really get to him easily. I had to really sequence and chain together actions and movements, and we wrestled a bunch of times in a short period of time. And so I've always had a difficult time getting to him because he had such low quality position. So he was tough. I think Hossein Khani was probably a close second to him because he was also very tough to score on. But yeah, Godarzi unquestionably was the toughest. He was a beast, man. He was a beast. I was kind of sad to see him retire because, how old is he? Do you know how old he is, Mo?
گودرزی چند سالشه گودرزی؟ I think he's probably in his 30s, right? He came on the stage probably.
He can't be much older.
No.
His first Worlds was 2009. And my first was in 11. And so I think he took, or maybe his first was 10. He took second in 10, then second in 11, and then second in 12, which is crazy, which shows you that it was just, he was the man, he was the guy. It just so happened that me and Sargush were there at the time. And I think that had he continued, and then fast forward to 2013, Akbari made it to the finals on the other side of the bracket, which had Godarzi not retired, he probably would have been a finalist again in 13.
Yeah.
And so I think I'm bummed that, his health was compromised and he wasn't able to continue his wrestling career. I think he was a great wrestler, but I'm sure he's doing well there. And I saw he's got a beautiful baby girl.
Yep.
And yeah, he looks like he's doing good.
گفتش که سخت‌ترین حریفش صادق گودرزی بود. گفت خیلی سخت بود ازش امتیاز بگیرم و بهش حمله کنم، دخمشو بگیرم. اما گفت خیلی ناراحت شدم که بازنشسته شد و آسیب دید و مطمئن بودم که جاش همیشه تو همین مسابقات و فینالا بودش. چندین سال پشت سر تو فینال بود. فقط اون سال که من و تارگوشم بودیم جایگاه گودرزی همیشه تو بالاهاست. خیلی خوشش میاد از گودرزی و گفت دومین کس هم حسین خانی بود که اونم خیلی سخت بود حمله کردن بهش و امتیاز ازش گرفتن. Now, who are the 3 best Iranian wrestlers in your opinion? سه تا از بهترین کشتیگیرهای ایران کیه؟
That I've seen or right now?
Right, in general.
Well, Yazdani. See, it's hard because I think Hassan is great, but Reza, when Reza was rolling, Reza was scary. He was scary too. I remember at the World Cup in 2015, they had like a banquet for all of the teams at the end of the tournament. And they had a buffet up at the front of the convention center. And inside of the buffet, there were, you know, these huge bowls and serving trays of all this amazing food. And so typically, right, you got your plates at the beginning, your bowls and all your cutlery, you pick up your fork, your spoon, you go through the line and you pick up something each at a time, get your beans, you get your carrots, your potatoes, your meat, and then you go sit down and eat. I remember Reza Yazdani stood in the buffet line, took one of the big serving spoons and dipped it inside of the tray that was supposed to have just the serve, and he was eating out of the serving tray with this huge spoon, and no one would even say anything to him. That's how scared they were of this guy. They're like, hey, listen, the man want to eat out of the serving tray, let him eat out of the serving tray. Who am I to tell him that he can't eat out of that? And I just had a ton of respect for him. He was fun to watch, watching his battles with, you know, Varner and Gadasov and, you know, and Dritsev, all of those guys. I think he was an amazing wrestler. So him and both Yazdanis are kind of interchangeable at 1 for me. And then I would probably have to say, and I probably obviously have to say probably then Rahimi. I think Rahimi had an amazing career. He was very consistent. He was a medalist for, you know, 3-4 years in a row. And from 2012 all the way up through 2016, he was a guy, through 2017 really, he was a guy that was on the scene and always competing for a medal. And I've watched him beat up some really good guys. I've watched him beat some world champs, and I've watched him take out an Olympic champs and take out some really good guys. So yeah, probably Rahimi. So Yazdani, both Yazdanis and then Rahimi have probably been the best Iranian wrestlers that I've seen in my career.
گفتش که ازش پرسیدم سه تا از کشتیگاه ایران که مورد علاقت کیان. گفت یزدانی، حسن و با رضا. اون وقت درباره رضا گفتش که خیلی خوب کشتی میگرفت. گفت یه خاطرات هم ازش داشت. گفت سال 2015 تو صف غذا بودیم که بریم غذا بخوریم، یه کاسه خیلی گنده‌ای بود که توش غذا داشت. رضا رفته بود کاسه رو با قاشق گنده برداشت می‌خورد. گفت هیچ کم هیچی بهش نمیگفت. گفت همه ازش میترسیدن، اینقدر این عظمت قلدری داشتی کشتی و کشتیاش هم خیلی جذاب بود واسه تماشا. واسش میگفت خیلی کشتیگیر خوبی بود. و سومین نفرم گفت رحیمی. گفت رحیمی خیلی پر افتخارترین، گفت 4 تا سال پشت سر هم قهرمان بود و خیلی حریفای قوی و سرسختی هم داشت و واسش احترام زیادی داره. پس حسن یزدانی، رضا یزدانی و رحیمی رو خیلی دوست داره و به نظرش بهترین کشتیگیرای این دوره ایران هستن. So JB, a lot of people are asking about your memory from Kermanshah, خاطرات کرمانشاه.
Yeah.
So say a couple more words about that experience. You know, I was there with you.
Yeah, it was so cool. I want to go back to Iran, man. I really desire to go back to Iran. It was such a great reception that we had just to compete in front of all the fans. And Kermanshah is a relatively small city in comparison to Tehran, right? And so remember, we were originally scheduled to have the event in Tehran, right? And then it got switched to Kermanshah, and still the Iranian fans came out in droves and like literally packed the place. They would wait for us when we left our hotel. You know, I remember this is how crazy it was when we got to I think we stayed at like a Novotel in Tehran the night before we
Across
had
the
our
airport.
and yeah, it was close to the airport. Yeah. And I came down. I couldn't sleep because we were so far ahead in time change there that I went down to have breakfast at like 5 a.m. When I went down to have breakfast, they had like this little egg station where the chef was making omelets. And when I went up and I was like, "Hey, could I have I don't know like a 2-egg omelet?" And the guy was like, Jordan Burroughs. And I'm like, oh my goodness, like the chef at the hotel in Tehran knew who I was. And he started calling all his buddies and coworkers out of the kitchen to come and take photos with me. And it was just like there I was like, wow. And so when we got to the airport later on that day, they got me through customs and put me at the front of the line. So like we were going through like passport control and they plucked me out of the line, put me all the way to the front of the line.
I remember.
Let me go through, and I'm just like, this is absolutely insane. It's just so much love there. I had such a great time. I always love wrestling in front of the Iranian fans, especially in Iran. It's a long trip to get there, but I think that the wrestling was top notch. And to have Team USA versus Team Iran in Tehran there's no better dual matchup that you could ever have and desire to be a part of as a wrestler. It's just super cool, man.
در تجربهش در واسه سفر کرمانشاه پرسیدم، گفت تجربه خیلی خوبی بود. گفت مردم، مهربانی مردم، بازدید مردم خیلی واسش خوب بود. اون وقت میگفت عشق، همش عشق به آدم نشون میدن. وقت گفت یه خاطره دارم وقتی ما رسیدیم ایران، ما رو بردن تو هتل روبرو فرودگاه امام. اونجا صبح بلند شدم رفتم واسه خودم صبحونه اوردر بدم و حتی اون آشپزش هم من شناخت، شروع کرد گفت جردن اون وقت رفت همه رو آورد که باش عکس بنزن. میگه کلا یکی از بهترین تجربه‌است واسه یه کشتیگی وقتی ایران با آمریکا کشتی میگیره تو تهران، مردمش، تماشاگراش. میگه خیلی واسش لذت بخشه و خاطرهای خیلی خوبی از این موضوع داره. How we doing on time, Jordan?
We're good. I got a little more time.
Okay, cool. Well, what about Juy Bar? Would you ever want to go there? I know that's the capital of Iran wrestling, and everyone talks about Juy Bar, and some of the greatest wrestlers are from Juy Bar.
Yeah, I'd love to, bro. Like, I want to bring Lauren with me just so she can experience it. I would love her to be there and to see it. I would love for us to document it. Like, how cool would it be if we could actually have this experience documented and created into a movie or a documentary so people could see. I don't think people can hear us talk about it and, you know, kind of reminisce on the love and the appreciation that we get there. But until you really see it, you have no idea what it's like. We are legitimate superstars in Iran, and I'm just really thankful for the Iranian people. They've been always supportive of me throughout my entire career, especially considering that I've always beaten all the Iranians that I've competed against, but yet they still continue to respect and support me. And that's why I always want to reciprocate the love, and I always try to give it back as much as possible, because even when I didn't deserve their appreciation, they were willing to give it to me. So that's always been cool for me.
ازش پرسیدم که دوست داری بری ایران، یه سفر جویبار بری؟ گفت آره دوست دارم برم ایران، دوست دارم خانومم بیارم و فیلم برداری کنیم که بتونیم نشون بدیم به همه مهر و محبت مردم ایرانو و واسش خیلی مهمه. گفت دربارش همیشه حرف میزنیم، برخورد مردم ایران با ما، اما نشون بدیم خیلی بهتره. گفت با اینکه کشتیگیرای ایرانی ها من بردم، بهشون نباختم، واسم خیلی احترام قائل دارن. این واسه من خیلی مهمه، واسه همین منم دوست دارم بهشون عشق و علاقه رو بهشون نشون بدم. What's your feeling about the Iranian fans?
Oh, they're amazing, bro. Amazing. The best in the world. And I say this respectfully to American culture and our wrestling fans, but you know, there's two types of fans, right? There's knowledgeable and casual, and there's just passionate and people who just love the sport. And I think Iran has people who just truly love wrestling. They love the work. They love the work ethic, the desire, the drive, the passion that the wrestlers display. They love the stature and the physiques, and they love the movements and the creativity. And we are warriors. We are truly warriors. And so that's one of the things that they appreciate. In America, wrestling is like, you know, it's not necessarily taboo. I think we've done a good job of creating our niche market, especially with MMA growing quite considerably over the last decade, and a lot of former wrestlers going on to have a lot of success in the UFC. You kind of see wrestling getting more respect and appreciation. But in Iran, if you are a quality wrestler, they love and respect you. You know, here in America, it's like, okay, well, how long can you be great? Or now that you become great, is there an underdog who can knock you off? But for them there, it's how long can the champion maintain his champion status and level? And we want to continue to see our heroes beat all of the villains. And that's the great thing about being there in Iran. And so the fans are the best. You saw my video, my chant, my Iranian
do
of everything that they do.
Jordan, give him some love now.
Yeah. My Iranian chants are Iran, 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 and Iran.
Reminds me of Kermanshah when you stepped on the mat. That place was shaking. Place was shaking.
It was rocking, bro. Before I finish and hang my shoes up for good, I will wrestle in Iran again.
Yes, we have to. So let me just translate for everyone. ازش پرسیدم درباره هواداران ایرانی، تماشاگرای ایرانی چی نظرت چیه؟ گفت خیلی کشتی دوست هستم و خیلی مهمه از کشتیگیر و کشتی لذت میبرن. درکشون بالاست واسه این موضوع. گفتش که واسه ایران واسه آمریکا کشتی فرق میکنه محیطش. میدونی همه میگن که باشه. حالا بعد از کشتی میرن MMA یا مثلا بعد از کشتیگیرای آمریکایی میگن که حالا چقدر دیگه وقت داره تا این از اون یکی دیگه بیاد جاشو بگیره. اما گفت تو ایران همیشه مردم لذت میبرن از دو تا کشتیگیری که داره با فن با هم میجنگن. اینم واسش مهمه. اون وقت دوره کرمانشاه هم گفت که وقتی اومد رو دوشک سالن داشت میلرزید، همه داشتن صداشو میکردن. و خیلی واسش مهمه و خیلی دوست داره تماشاگران ایرانی و هوادارانشو. Do you want your kids to wrestle?
Of course, 100%. All three of them will be wrestling at some point. They don't have to stick with it and make careers out of it like that, but they will be brought down to the wrestling room and taught some moves for sure.
ازش پرسیدم که میخواد بچه‌هاش کشتیگیر بشن. گفت آره باید کشتیگیر بشن. میبرمشون تو اتاق کشتی از الان که به کشتی عادت کنن. That's pretty much all I got. I know you're on a time crunch, JB.
Yeah.
Any last minute for the people out there? And thank you for doing this. I know you don't do this much.
Yeah,
so this means a lot. You know, mad love for you, brother.
Yeah, this is great, man. Thank you guys for taking the time to listen. Everyone, all 660 of you that are still left that have been hanging on here, we appreciate you greatly. It's been a great time, Mo. Thank you for taking the time as well to contribute and to also translate, man. I love the Iranian fans. I'm bummed that I can't speak Farsi and I gotta, you know, have you by my side, but
we gotta teach you.
Always is, yeah, that would be great, right?
That'd like Dave Schultz, we gotta teach you Farsi.
I would love to learn, man. How insane would that be if I could do that? That'd be crazy. It'd be super cool, though. But yeah, man, thank you again. And thank you guys.
No problem. گفت از همه تشکر میکنم. خیلی ممنون. از هواداری ایرانیم تشکر میکنم. گفت حیف که نمیتونم فارسی حرف بزنم. منم گفتم که بهت یاد میدیم فارسی رو. اما دوست داره یه سفر بیاد ایران و گفت قبل از اینکه بازنشسته بشم این کشتی تموم بشه یه بار دیگه تو ایران خواهم کشتی گرفت. آرزوشه. And maybe we'll invite you. You know, we got to get you that invite back
sure, bro.
and get you on lower. And hopefully when things settle down.
You know, we've thought about doing the Takti Cup a few years. Maybe the World Cup will return at some point, but yeah, I know there are not a ton of tournaments in Iran, but we'll find something. We'll figure out a way to get there and make it happen.
Sounds good. And just so you know, the Iranian fans love you so much because of your humility, your character. It reminds them a lot of the greatest. I mean, wrestling in Iran, as you know, is a sport of character, chivalry. And you have all those traits. You know, you help out when needed. You know, and a lot of times, you know, Iranians know Takhti, if you know that greatness of Takhti. And that's the ultimate goal for all athletes, to get to that status of being like a Muhammad Ali, you know, giving back to society. And you're doing all that.
Thank you. I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much.
Well, thanks
All
for your
right, man.
time, and God bless you. Say hi to Lauren.
Yes, sir. Will do, my man. Take it easy.
All
Have a
right.
great day.
Take care. Be safe.
Thank you.
Bye.